Selamat datang ke ASM Podcast yang dibawakan khas oleh Akademi Sains Malaysia. Siri podcast ini merupakan platform perkongsian topik-topik berkaitan sains, teknologi, inovasi dan ekonomi STIE secara santai dan mudah difahami. Setiap episod akan menampilkan jaringan pakar ASM yang akan berkongsi pengalaman dan pendapat mereka tentang STIE seiring dengan etos ASM. Budayakan sains, raikan teknologi, cetuskan inovasi.
Right, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amira Sofia, and welcome to the podcast From Lindau to Malaysia, exclusive insights from the 73rd Lindau Nobel Laureate Meeting. Since its inception in 1951, the Lindau Nobel Laureate Meetings have become a beacon of international scientific exchange and inspiration. Over the past few years, these meetings have brought together approximately 35,000 students, PhD candidates, and postdoctoral researchers from around the globe, including 86 remarkable individuals from Malaysia. These gatherings are more than just events. They are a testament to the power of collaboration and the pursuit of knowledge, reinforcing the significance of science and its transformative potential. Since 2004, Malaysia has sent 86 young scientists, including this year's participants, to the Nobel Laureate Meetings through the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, MOSTI, and the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, ASM. Today, we are incredibly fortunate to be joined by two extraordinary individuals who truly embody the spirit of this prestigious event. These bright students have joined a cohort of more than 600 outstanding young scientists from over 90 nations to engage and interact with around 30 Nobel laureates at the 73rd Lindau Nobel Laureate Meeting. Alia Sheh Omar, a research fellow at Aston University in the United Kingdom, has charted an impressive path through her studies in physics, advanced materials, and sensor technology at University Putra, Malaysia. Her pioneering work in surface plasmon resonance, optical sensors, waste-derived nanomaterials, and green synthesis is a testament to her dedication to pushing the boundaries of science and sustainability. Alongside her is Tang, a rising star currently pursuing his Bachelor of Science in Physics at University Malaya. Jia Heek's passion for modern physics and his innovative approach to tackling future research challenges make him a shining example of the next wave of scientific leaders. Alia and Jia Heak, we are deeply grateful for your presence today. Your experiences and insights will undoubtedly inspire and illuminate our understanding of the remarkable journey from Lindau to Malaysia. Thank you both for joining us virtually. Now, without further ado, let's begin with a few questions for both Alia and Jia Heak. So my first two questions would revolve around the motivation and expectations. So first and foremost, I would like to ask Alia, what motivated you to participate in the 73rd Lindau Nobel Laureate Meeting? And could you share your experiences and expectations going into the event?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sofia, for inviting us to this podcast session. And also thank you to Academy of Science Malaysia, Aston University and University Putra Malaysia for this nomination and sponsorship. So, I was very grateful to be selected again to attend 7th Lindau Nobel Laureate Meeting after my first participation in 2020 was cancelled due to the COVID pandemic. So back to the question just now, I believe everyone here, either we are student or researcher, must has a good reason why we feel attracted or motivated to join this Lindau meeting. So for me, I'm looking at a new platform to extend my research career and knowledge in a different field, which is quantum physics and technology, which this year the theme of Lindau Nobel Laureate Meeting is quantum physics and technology. So this field is very highly recognized since last year, as the 2023 Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to 3 scientists, which their experiments have produced an extreme short pulse of light in attoseconds. So in addition to their experiment inspiration, I am very excited to gain advice and learn about the path of Nobel laureate, their challenge to win a Nobel Prize. And moreover, I'm so fantastic to know how how many scientists will be present to the Lindau meeting. We know that around 100 young scientists, I guess. And I'm wonder how and with whom I will learn and meet to connect, because this is a very large scale meeting. Okay, thank you, Sophia.
Because it's not every day you get an experience to be a part of such a huge crowd with the same
Yes.
same motivation. I'm glad you had the experience. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay.
And then maybe to Jahi, how did your initial experiences arriving at the meeting align with or maybe differ from your initial expectations?
Okay, so first, thanks to Miss Sophia. So for these questions, I would say before I departing to the meeting, I had brainstormed about what would happen during the meeting and what I could learn from it, of course. So I was quite curious on it, curious on everything about the meetings. And at the same time, I also feel nervous because I am an introvert, literally, and I am too young to speak with other researchers and the Nobel laureates. But anyway, at the moment, my expectations were learning much advanced knowledge and making friends with the intelligent and having a fun in Lindau Island. So firstly, I found that some of the topics were too advanced to understand for myself, such as like how can we extract the energy from a rotating black hole in the universe. So to be honest, I don't really understand this kind of advanced topics, but at least from the meetings, I get a know on what are the cutting edge physics going on. And next, on the social side, I did really met a lot of friends who are from far different from various backgrounds. For example, some of them are Mexican, American, Japanese, and Chinese, and so on. So we talk a lot about our countries and also their research, which indeed broadened my perspective. And moreover, to be honest, people around the meeting were extremely kind and welcoming to everyone over there. Before the meeting, I was worried about the culture gaps between us, but they are so kind when talking with me that made me relax and totally enjoy in the conversation. So to answer these questions, I would say yes, this meeting aligns with and even better beyond my expectations. Yeah, that's my answer.
That's wonderful to hear. And I think I would like to reiterate from what you mentioned. I don't think there should be a age limitation or you can be at any age and you can still talk to a Nobel laureate because these people are there to inspire you. And I'm glad you guys had the platform to share how you were how experienced you are in your own fields, and then share your aspirations with everyone from around the world. So which brings us to the next topic. So I'd like to talk about the key insights and also your experiences at Lindau. So, to Alia, in what ways did engaging with these Nobel laureates reshape or maybe enhance your understanding in your own field of research?
Oh, in what way? Oh, there are so many ways to engage with Nobel laureate. In the meeting, we have this meeting consists of lecture, open exchange, scientific lunch, and so many programs. But each of the program has their own dominance. For example, from lecture, I can see clearly from the slide presentation, which I more prefer this way compared to the others because I'm more visualized person. So I can see how they visualize their research, including experiment setup and method, and their planning, their result, everything. So I love to see how the scientists educated us by teaching in the hall, very big hall, and they really have ability to explain their research in a simple terms for anyone to understand. Yeah. So nevertheless, the other program also very more privileged, which is open exchange and scientific lunch. We have open exchange and scientific lunch, which are more privileged session in terms of they will share the Nobel laureate will sharing their research before they win and after they win a prize. So after listening to their sharing, I found that these two sessions have truly proved that my perception about the Nobel Prize, that is something unattainable, was wrong. Yeah, their passion, their perseverance and persistence in research really inspired me, a belief to never give up in what you love to do. Yeah. So we
It's
need to, yeah. So
it's quite
I very like their method in educating us. Yeah.
amazing because you're so used to seeing all these Nobel laureates on the screen, and then you
Yes.
guys had the chance to talk to them face to face and actually
Yeah.
have conversations and talk
Yeah.
about your future aspirations, and it
Mm-hmm.
must have
Yeah.
been very motivational to on your side.
Yes. Yeah. We have personal session to have a talk one to one with Nobel laureate also.
Oh,
Yeah.
one-to-one sessions.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
interesting. So did you guys get to choose who you wanted to talk to, or it was just assigned randomly?
We can choose and we can choose it. We can choose it. Yeah. According to your interest, according to your research interest. Yeah.
Hey, that's an amazing ability. You don't get that every day.
Yes.
For sharing that. And then let's move on to the next question. So,
Mm-hmm.
Jahi, I'd like to ask, were there any particular sessions or maybe presentations that left a significant impact on you? And what aspects of those sessions were the most compelling?
Okay. So of course, every sessions and presentations over there were very amazing and interesting to me. Personally, for the most compelling session, I would say there was a talk. There was a talk explaining to us about what are the challenges in cosmology today. So because I'm really interested in this topic of cosmology, and it really fueled my passion for exploring this wonderful knowledge. So, and secondly, there were many networking lunches and dinners, as Alia said before, that provide us an informal and open platform to chat with everyone else, including the Nobel laureates. So I obtained so much information and opinions from other researchers or who are my friends now. And I learned a lot from them regarding to their research fields and personal advice or experiences on doing research. Especially a Chinese senior who is working at Peking University has guided me on how to start doing research on the level of undergraduate as myself. It is extremely helpful for me. And I also met a friend who is working on quantum technology at Harvard University, who told me about the current obstacles or the difficulties in quantum technology today. So these conversations were not only informative, but also inspiring me as they gave me a real world advice that that I can really apply it to my own academic journey in future. Yeah.
It's fantastic because I remember how during your interview sessions, you actually mentioned how your passion for cosmology was actually one thing that brought you to apply for the 73rd Lindau Nobel Laureate. And also the fact that you were given advice to start from like from level A, like from the beginning for the undergraduate, and then how you pursue maybe from your master's, your postgraduate. So I'm glad that you had that sharing experience with these Nobel laureates because in physics, I feel that in Malaysia, it's not there aren't that many people who have there aren't that many people who can talk much about physics in a sense
Yeah.
how biology or chemistry is being talked about. So having young people like you, especially as an undergraduate student, already inspired right from the beginning is amazing because this will surely drive you throughout your whole undergraduate experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you, Jahi. Okay, and then moving on to my next question is for Alia. Okay,
Mhm.
Alia, back to you. How do
Mhm.
the discussions and interactions at the Lindau meetings compared to maybe other international academic or scientific conferences that maybe you have attended previously?
Oh, it was very
How,
difficult to talk because both, both academics conference is very good. Yeah, but if I can compare, I can give my opinion. I can say that the discussion and interaction at Lindau meeting has the most unique way to educate, to inspire and connect for the leading scientists of tomorrow. So this is because the first one, we have a golden chance to meet a young scientist from 90 nations, more than 90 nations. So meeting with the young scientists and Nobel laureate provide me a humble learning opportunity and widen my research view. And this meeting also provide personalized session, which means we can choose any extra session we want. We had the morning exercise, we had lunch with Nobel laureate, we had science walk with young scientists, and all these sessions really offer me to use every moment to have one-to-one talk with them. And the third one, we can get inspired from every motivation story from Nobel laureate on how they're able to get the Nobel Prize. Is it easy to get the Nobel Prize? Of course not, right? So most Nobel laureates started with a failure in experiment, and some of them try to get financial support to begin an experiment. For example, what can I say? Professor Stephen Hell, the Nobel Laureate Prize 2014, he bring his proposal with the title of fluorescent microscopy. So he had went around to various funding agency to beg for the funding, and his proposal got rejected. And then he applied to some other German government grant, also rejected him, until finally he gets a lab to work in and get some funding from someone from Max Planck Institute and someone in the German government that was part of the scientific funding process before this. So the story from Nobel laureate, it really teach me about to be patient, keep working hard to achieve in what you aspire to. And also the last one is you can get the extra opportunity, which is you will have a boat trip. Yeah, we have a boat trip from Lindau to the Menau Island. Actually, it's not a boat. It is a really large boat. We call it a cruise. So inside a cruise, they have several exhibitions prepared from the industry and company for their latest technology. So it was very exciting. We can see all the latest technology. We will have a very close interaction with young scientists and Nobel laureate in a cruise. And I'm really overjoyed. Thank you, Sophia.
Oh, that's amazing because
Yeah.
it comes easy. The rejections, especially in research, you have to get used to not being accepted right away because everyone has their
Yes.
own standards and
Mm-hmm.
expectations for you. So learning from people who had it tough can give you so much more inspiration and also give you that motivation to push through all of
Yes.
that.
Yeah. So Professor Stephen Hell too, he took 6 years to get the funding.
Oh.
Yeah. 6 years. So from the story, I can say to myself, I need to work hard, even fail in 1 year. I need to work hard more than him.
Give me inspiration.
Yeah. Okay.
There are still a lot of people who are still very ambitious and they have that resilience in them, which is so important, especially in research.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
So moving on to Jia Heak, our next question.
Okay.
Could you share maybe something like a memorable interaction or conversation you had with a Nobel laureate that maybe influenced your perspective, changed your mindset, or pushed you towards being more motivated in your future? Can you share on that?
So the most memorable session is the session with Nobel laureates, who is Professor John C. Matter, in joining a science walk. So, for the science walk, there will be up to 10 of the participants form a group with one of the Nobel laureate to join this science walk. And for my case, who is Professor John C. Matter, an astrophysicist. So we walked along the shore of Lindau Island and we had an informal chat with him, with the professor. So we were allowed to ask a variety of questions to the professor. And for example, we asked about what are his opinions on the latest result given by JWST. By the way, JWST stands for the James Webb Space Telescope. And we also asked him about how does he maintain his work-life balance during his research. Yeah. So in my opinion, Professor John C. Matter, he's very kind and very patient to answer all of our questions. And his attitude and passion on doing his research, especially in astrophysics, really inspired me to pursue my further education on astrophysics, and it really led me to control my work-life balance as well. Yeah.
That's very insightful. May I ask, how many people were in the group when you had that conversation with the Nobel laureate?
If I'm not mistaken, there will be up to 10 of members as a participants, plus one of the Nobel laureates. Yeah.
So that's quite a number of people. So did everyone take turns to ask questions and everyone got to hear his answer?
Yeah, actually everyone got your opportunity to chat with the Nobel laureates because we took quite a long time during the science walk because we need to walk along not the whole, but very long distance along the shore of Lindau Island. And we also took a high tea, So yeah,
That's because if you were to have a conversation with someone to brainstorm or talk about any questions that you have, instead of being in a room confined to walls, it's so much more carefree that you get to walk and talk with these people instead of just on a table with a pen and paper.
Yeah.
We used to have a conversation in the office or during classes. So I think that's a really interesting motif and also something that we can look into if you want to get inspired over something. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, back to Alia. So Alia, what is the most valuable insights or takeaways from the meeting that you believe can influence your future research or professional endeavors?
Oh, the most valuable insight is, I think we have, the first one is the positive attitude and mind. We can see from Nobel Laureate 2023, Professor Donna Strickland. She has told us about there is no right path to earn a Nobel Prize. She never planned to earn a Nobel Prize. That this just happened. Yeah. So she advised, they just happened. She just working out and then this just happened. I found something incredible. Yeah. So she advised us to study something that we like because it's the only way we can spend enough time to do some considerable advance and have the chance to earn a Nobel Prize. And if you don't get any prize, even though at least we spend our life to do something that we like. So the second one is the perseverance and the persistence in research. So Nobel Laureate 2020 Professor N has inspired us a belief to never give up, being persistent in research instead of being smarter. But the being persistent is the most important, the important character as a researcher. That's showing that you love in what you do. And the third one, the final one, is the most important in this meeting is the networking from other institute. So I can recognize where the young scientists come from, what they do for the research, and I can go engage with them. For example, I know someone who work on solar energy using perovskite material. This material has very great power conservation and efficiency, but has a very poor stability. So so I know someone, so it will be very helpful to collaborate with someone who have expertise in perovskite to solve this issue.
That's
Thank you,
wonderful.
Sophia.
That's
Yes.
actually inspiring because if you don't have passion for what you're doing, then there's no way you can be persistent in doing that.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
find I myself can be in a slump sometimes when I'm doing something that I'm not really keen to do. So there's no motivation to that. So if you keep on doing stuff that you actually enjoy, there is a chance that you can get rewarded, which is the Nobel Laureate Prize. But then
Yes.
the end goal is not necessarily the prize itself, but it's the satisfaction you get from
Certified. Yeah.
all the hard work
Correct.
you do, and then all those years spent doing research, and then getting a thesis done, all that, it just gives you a sense of joy and pride in the research that you are doing. So that is
Yes.
it's a very good advice, actually. Thank you,
Yeah.
Alia, for
Okay.
that.
Thank you, Sophia.
So maybe we can move on to the next theme of our questions. It is on the impacts and maybe the recommendations. So to Jia Heak, how do you foresee that the knowledge and the experiences that you gained from the Lindau Nobel Laureate meetings can benefit the broader scientific community in Malaysia?
Okay. So to answer these questions, from the meeting, I saw there are many cutting edge research topics that are actually interconnected across various subjects or disciplines. For example, from the talk given by Professor Stephen Chu, his research is the dynamic of a motor protein. We also it also known as the dye-in, so which actually integrates the knowledge of physics, chemistry, and also biology. So that's why I find that it is very important for scientific community to have such cross-disciplinary platform or communication, especially at the level of undergraduate as myself. So I believe that the scientific community in Malaysia would greatly benefit from fostering or encouraging such an cross-disciplinary conversations. If our Malaysian universities can encourage this kind of conversation or platform and organize such an event or to explore more advanced topics, it would enhance our ability to innovate and collaborate on a deeper level for this cross-disciplinary subject. Yeah.
That's important because I remember when I was still an undergraduate student, I had questions that couldn't be answered by people in biology. I took biochemistry when I was an undergraduate, and I feel that some of my questions could actually be answered by my friends who are in physics or maybe in biostatistics, and maybe those in engineering. Like, we like it or not, all of these are intertwined. They are
Yeah.
actually all work together. It's like a system. You can't
Yeah.
and fully on just physics and just chemistry. It has to be collaborative, it has to be innovative, and people have to start talking to each other, have these important conversations, because that's the only way we can have quick solutions and get to the standards of the current research and innovations. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. Okay, and then maybe I'd also like to ask, to Alia, did you encounter any unexpected challenges or surprises during the meeting, and how did you address these issues?
Yeah, in the beginning, yeah, I found one, yeah, just one in the beginning of the meeting. It was a big challenge for me to engage with everyone in the hall because there were 600 young scientists and 30 Nobel laureates who had come. And fortunately, their program booklet was so helpful. So they have a list of Nobel laureates so we can study first their research background before having their lecture or meet personally. So yeah, overall, I can say that all scientists are very kind, very humble, and the event was very well organized, went smooth, and we also had a full schedule from morning to evening.
I'm so sorry. Can you please correct your mic a bit? Maybe lift
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, overall, I can say that all scientists are very kind, very humble, and the event was well organized. And we also had a full schedule from morning to evening. And as Muslim, yeah, there's no problem for me because I can walk to my hotel to pray and get food. My hotel is very close to the main hall of the event compared to others, which where some of the participants stay in the mainland. So it takes half an hour, yeah, by bus to come to the event. So yeah, Alhamdulillah, yeah, all Allah is everything for me during my meeting journey. Alhamdulillah, yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah, they actually
Yes.
help create all the races, and also the whole flow of the event went well, and I'm glad to know
Yes.
that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sophia.
Okay. And then maybe just to wrap up, I have a final question for both Alia and also Jahi.
Okay.
So, Jahi, you'd like to answer this first.
Okay.
What advice would you like to offer to the future delegates who are preparing themselves to attend the Lindau Nobel Laureate meetings based on your personal experience?
So am I supposed to answer first?
Yes, sure. Yep.
Okay. So, in personal speaking, I would advise them to spend some time learning and looking up some advanced topic beforehand, especially what are the main focus topics in the meeting later on. At least getting to know roughly about the basic concept of the knowledge of the topics, so that you can understand what they're going to talk about in the meeting. And yeah, that's what in terms of the preparation of your knowledge. So let's say in terms of your emotions, I would say you don't ever need to be nervous, because everyone joining the meeting over there are incredibly friendly and approachable to you all. So you can just feel comfortable asking questions and joining the conversation, and of course having a fun in Lindau Island. Yeah, that's my answer.
Thank you, Jahi. Yeah, I also think it's important to have a basis understanding, or just a little bit of here and there pieces, so that when you're there at the meeting, you actually have a focus and you know what to pay attention to, and you have a solid background of the topics. And that can not only just be applied to international meetings or conferences, but also in life. Like when you're during a class and you have a new topic, it's best that you read about the topic beforehand so you know what to expect. Yeah, so that's the advice. Thank you. I'm sure it will be very much of help to the future delegates. And then from Alia, maybe, what advice would you give to the future participants?
Yeah, I'm agree with you, and I
Yeah.
just want to add on. Yeah, I love to encourage everyone, either you are a student or researcher, lecturer, to keep applying. Yeah, to participate this Lindau meeting in the future, as it is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Yeah, this Lindau meeting is just like a prize for me, a prize given for me. Yeah, after working hard in PhD, and then I got called to the Lindau meeting. I'm so happy. So I'm willing to help next future delegates. Yeah, I'm ready to help, because I would like to see more delegates coming from Malaysia to the Lindau in the future. And to those who want to change their research direction, this Lindau meeting is a great platform. I can say it's a great platform to find out where your research interest will be. And after all, this is the place, the Lindau meeting is the place where scientists from all over the world will gather. So you can increase your network here, you can gain lifelong friends and knowledge, and also you can get inspired and assurance that you are on the right path despite of many challenges ahead. Yeah, Sophia.
Wonderful. Thank you. We
Yeah.
definitely chose the right people to represent Malaysia to the Lindau Nobel
Yes.
Just from our conversation so far, I feel that both of you have so much grit and passion for physics and everything that you learned there. We are so grateful for both of you for sharing your experiences, for giving your time and energy. And also, I hope to see you two soon, maybe in other future engagements. Maybe we can call you back, maybe to give some
Yeah.
inspiration talks to our future
Yes.
to our future delegates. And I really thank you for being here with us. Have a good day. And that's all from me. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Miss
Thank you
Sophia.
also.
Okay,
Thank
see
you.
you again. Bye.
Thank you so much.